Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back to Brock Talk. The video you're seeing right now is me in the present day with a new camera, but the Brock Talk you're about to listen to, I still did not have the camera for. A little bit behind the scenes, recorded last three kind of back to back to back. So this next one is kind of like a drunk talk part two kind of thing, but it's a little bit late. Again, I was late to uploading these because I'm lazy, but wanted to make this video quickly. Uh, as like a small little intro to help us like understand what's going on in this next video. But yeah, I talk about a few late topics. Yeah, just wanted to say there's also a part in the video, like I said, like like especially the last one, I drunk talk, and then drunk talk continued into this other one. There's a part where I'm supposed to say English fans or like fans of England, but I kept saying like I was like, oh, they're from the UK. It's like they could be anywhere from the UK, right? So anyway, but yeah, please enjoy the video. Please like and subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Let's get to the actual video now. Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back to Brock Talk. We are doing this again. I believe what is this episode? Is this episode 12 or 13? Hang on. Let me check. I realized in the last episode of Brock Talk I forgot to say what number it was, mostly because of a certain thing. This is episode 12. Okay. No, wait, hang on. This is episode 13. Okay. Okay, we're back. We're back, baby. So, yeah, this is episode 13. There's a few things I wanted to chat about. I wanted to share them in the previous video, but I was like, hey, let's divvy it up. Let's do our thing. Let's start with the World Cup. So I'm a little late. We'll be a little bit late on this. Yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit late on this, but whatever. It is what it is. So the World Cup. So I respect soccer/football. I'm going to say, I apologize to anybody who's very strongly for saying football. I'm going to say soccer. I'm not like I get it. I understand why it's called football, all this stuff, whatever, but I have never been a big fan of football/soccer. I tried to watch like Premier League stuff, and it was like it's cool. Like, wow, what a crazy athletic sport. I could never do it, but I've never really cared about the World Cup or soccer that intensely. When I was younger, I was like, this is stupid. All they do is flop around. Now that I'm older, like I kind of see the significance of it. Like getting those calls is really important. So like I'm fine with it. Like that's all, but that's part of the game, and I'm not going to complain about it. As a side note, I feel like that's part of growing up, or should be. I think two things happen. What people take one of two paths when they grow up. Either they grow up and all they do is complain about everything, mostly stupid stuff, or two, we become more mellow, more relaxed, and the things that aren't really that important, we don't complain about. So in this case, players flopping or falling over or acting hurt during soccer, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. That's part of the game, and I don't care. If somebody was like, I don't watch soccer because I don't like that, sure, that's their opinion. They're allowed to have it. But I'm like, if I'm going to watch this, I'm not going to sit here and complain the whole time about it. But the World Cup. So the World Cup is being hosted. I'm in the United States, and it's being hosted in the United States. And I was like, man, the United States really sucks right now. Like, it just looks awful. No matter what, it looks awful. So I was like, do we really deserve this? But I've honestly been going through this like insane roller coaster of emotions because I'm gonna try not to talk about this for too long because I'll go off on a tangent. But I'm very like I'm going to experience the world how it is. Not that I experience it firsthand, but that because I have the privilege of bad things happen to me. It's happening on my TV, on my phone, on my computer, and I can turn that off and pretend that it doesn't exist. Now, I don't pretend that it exists or doesn't exist. Excuse me, but I am like, if this is happening, I need to know about it. And yeah, like I'm upset. It's like, well, that's gonna people could say the argument could be made like, oh, well, you're gonna be upset. That's gonna hurt your mental health. And it's like, well, yeah, shitty things are happening, and like it should make us upset. We should be mad. We should be reacting to this. Like this isn't good. And then a few times, like I remember in 2020, I deleted Twitter, and it was Twitter at the time. Now it's X, but in 2020 I deleted Twitter because I would wake up and it was just it was getting too far that I was like I apologize to all the bad things to all the people that all these bad things are happening, but like I need to do something to at least feel a little better. Like I can't be on here every day seeing this negativity, and maybe that makes me ignorant or a bad person, but I had to make that choice. But especially right now, I'm like, we shouldn't be ignoring all the bad things that are happening. To me, it's like these like there isn't just like one or two things that are out of our control. Like it's only gonna, we all live on the same planet, all live on the same, you know, soil and live in the same place. Like right now, nothing bad is happening to me, but any second it could. Like slowly, bit by bit, it could get closer to me, and I don't want to sit here and be blind to what's coming next. And so I get on social media, I get on, whatever, and I see these, what I believe are objectively bad things happening, but somehow it's an argument. So I'm getting off track. The reason I bring this up is because I've been seeing a lot of positive stuff from FIFA, from well, not FIFA, but people from different countries partying and having fun together. People from different parts of the world and races, religions and whatnot, just enjoying football, having some drinks, partying, and it's just been really fun to see that. It's been really great to see that positivity. I truly, and I still have this battle to this day. I'm like, right now, most people just want to fight each other. They just want to hurt each other. They just want to be ignorant to all the things happening. Like all this negative stuff. It's just really nice to see all these clips of like, the people. Was it the people from Scotland going to Boston and drinking the beer, the beer, drinking, well, yes, drinking the beer, but drinking the bars dry. And from all I've seen is that they go out, they party, but they still conduct themselves with class. They don't leave a ton of trash. It's all positive vibes. It's really nice, and that's just awesome to see. And like, I still think I don't get mad when somebody criticizes America. I'm like, yeah, I think right now we deserve it. There's an overwhelming amount of evidence towards the negative. But it's also been really nice to hear all these people come here and be like, I really had a fun time here. This is not what I expected. And that's awesome. And, I saw this really funny TikTok of in Dallas, these cops are trying to kick out these people from Europe, these English fans and they're trying to kick him out of this bar. And the English fans are just singing "God Save the Queen" in the face of the police. Like that's just funny. Like there's just a lot of positive vibes right now, and I'm really happy about that. That's making me feel great. I hope somehow or some way this can continue through the future, and we can, like, something really really like profoundly positive can come out of this. I did see a fun thing as well of like, okay, I don't know, fun isn't the right word, but somebody was like the US didn't deserve the World Cup this year, but like we needed it. And I have to agree with that. A part of me, it was like, what right does this country have to host this celebrated event when we've done all this awful stuff? But now I see all this positivity and all this fun, and I'm like, this is pretty great. Right now I kind of live in I wouldn't say middle of nowhere America, kind of like rural America. I'm not quite in with all the stuff that's going on, but still, it's just really nice to see the positivity and the fun. And I've focused. This is the most I've ever focused on the World Cup in my life. I remember talking to somebody. This was years and years ago, but we were talking about soccer, and we're like, soccer is waiting 90 minutes for something to almost happen. But now I'm with it, and I've gotten older. I understand the sport a little bit more, and I've been focusing a lot more on it. And I still, a part of me, like, I remember during the Olympics, I was like, I don't feel right rooting for the US. Like, what have we done for me to be proud of what's happening? But I don't know, this, as of recently, I've been like, hey, maybe we can go out there and have a little bit of fun and keep these positive vibes going. So that's been something that's going on with me. I'm kind of getting emotional talking about this and thinking about it, of just like there's been so much negative stuff happening, and genuine negative stuff, and not like I can't stand when people are like, I don't watch the news, or there's certainly biased news outlets, and there's certainly, bad things happening. But I just hate this idea of people being like, well, I just don't keep up with what's happening. It's like, dude, what the hell? Like, this is our world. But I'm saying all that, it's just really nice to see this genuine positivity. People just partying, people having fun. It makes me think of it makes me think of like so I play a lot of video games. It makes me think of playing a game, whether it be Halo, Gears of War, whatever game, and you just run into some random person online, or World of Warcraft or whatever. You get the point. And you just ran into this random person. You have a good play session with him. You have a good couple of rounds, and then the session ends. You didn't friend them. You didn't get their gamer tag. You just both go your separate ways. But it was this really fun, like, somehow the universe aligned that you guys met up and you got to have this really fun moment. And that's what this makes me think of. Like, there's people, and we live in a pretty connected world. It's like, you can follow me on Instagram, I can get your number or whatever. Like, we are very connected, but it's like a part of me is really like, it's heartwarming. Like, I'm smiling right now just thinking of like all these people. Fate brought all these random people together, and they're just having a really fun time. And maybe they don't talk again, but they got to have this really fun moment together. And that's awesome, dude. Like, just two people just hamming it up. They never met before. It doesn't matter what they do with their lives. They're just having a really, really fun time. And that's awesome. I'm tearing up again, man. I'm gonna cry. Is this the first Brock talk where I cry? Like, holy cow, dude. But yeah, man, that's just that is really nice to see. I'm gonna I don't know. Again, this episode is gonna come out late. A bunch of things are gonna happen before this episode comes out. But yeah, man, it's just really nice to see that, and it's been fun following. An interesting thing. This will be my last piece of FIFA news, I guess. But FIFA is blocking a lot of the sponsors that go with the stadiums. And initially, I was like, "That's really weird," and then, it's because they don't. FIFA doesn't have a deal with those sponsors. But it's kind of nice to just hear this, like, LA Stadium, instead of SoFi Stadium, it's LA Stadium and all these other stadiums. And that has been really nice, honestly. Like, I don't know if really nice is the right word, but everything is a sponsor now. Like, I remember watching, like, in college football, the best player in college football gets the Heisman Trophy. So I was watching the Heisman Trophy ceremony, and there's a part where Chris Fowler was like, "We're gonna go to our McDonald's Player of the Year. They're sitting in our Wendy's player room," and like, I was like, "Dude, is this real right now? Is everything just gonna be an advertisement?" Like, it makes me think of the first Jurassic World. There's a part where one of the characters makes a comment of like, "Oh, how long until we have Verizon presents the T-Rex?" And like, that would happen. That would be a very real thing if they happen to recreate dinosaurs. But anyway, it's been nice. I'm There's still some negative stuff going on in the country. There's still some negative stuff going on with FIFA, but I just right now there's an overwhelming amount of positivity, and I really hope that they can continue to this. We can get a profoundly positive thing going, and we can really start getting back to loving each other and helping each other. It just feels like helping one another has become a political thing, and that is very dangerous, and that's very frustrating, and I don't like that. But right now, it's just really cool to see all these different people coming together and just having fun, and people learning about like thunderstorms. Like, I saw like I think he was Australian. He posted an Instagram reel about like, he was like, "I've just been warned I have to go inside because of a thunderstorm," and he wasn't even being like mean about it. He was just genuinely surprised. And they're like, they're like, "Yeah, you got to go inside. Like, no one can swim. There's a thunderstorm." And he was like reacting to seeing this crazy thunderstorm. Like, to me, I was like, "Oh, doesn't everybody get a storm?" So yeah, man, that's FIFA. I guess it's not FIFA. I guess in a way, FIFA is probably still like a corrupt organization. But in a world full of corrupt politicians, businessmen, anything you can think of, it's just really fun to finally see people going out and having genuine fun, and just all these different people coming together and partying, and then just really having a genuine good time. All right, so I've decided let's talk about some movies. I wanted to talk about some movies. So, did you guys see the Backrooms movie? I saw the Backrooms movie. I'm a little late on this. I saw the Backrooms movie and I liked it a lot. I thought it was pretty good. I'm a big fan of so the director Kane Parsons. He has a YouTube channel called Kane Pixels, and he got the role of directing this movie because he made the most famous Backrooms thing. Nobody really owns the Backrooms. Like it was I think it was spawned on like 4chan or I think it was 4chan. There was just a picture somebody posted online that somebody posted the picture online and it just blew up. I thought it was really good. I liked it overall. It was it was a lot of what I wanted. I thought I'm gonna bring up a spoiler, but not right now. But it delivered, and I really liked it. I'm happy that it did well. I'm happy for Kane Parsons, and it's too bad that A24 made that deal with AI with Google with investing in AI like a bunch of losers and cowards. And I posted the gif that was like you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. But yeah, Backrooms is pretty good. It was what I wanted. Minus one thing. I'm gonna spoil real quick. Spoilers. I'm gonna say spoilers. Skip ahead maybe if you haven't um, seen it. But I didn't like the giant pirate guy at the end. Like on one hand, it was creepy, but to me, it just didn't make sense that like the Backrooms is this big random place full of random things and randomly generated. Why is this guy the final boss? Like that didn't make any sense to me. And I understand people don't like the gray or dark CGI monsters, which the guy was real. Like he's actually that there's like it was the same guy, another spoiler for a movie, but in Alien Romulus, there's a big tall guy at the end who's really scary. And yeah, there's CGI, there's some effects, but he's actually that tall. And so he was playing the big giant pirate at the end. But I just didn't make I don't know, I like monsters more than it being connected to the real world. But that's how I mean that's how you make a movie, right? You want it to connect to our characters. We want it to have a meaning. So there's my abridged version review of the Backrooms, but I liked it. It was very good. I also saw the Mandalorian and Grogu, which I thought this movie was going to be stupid. Now I'm a big Star Wars fan. I like Star Wars a lot, but I wasn't going to see this movie, but my one friend wanted to see it, so I went, what the hell, let's see it. And it was actually really fun. I enjoyed it a lot. I remember like I was going into it. I wanted to hate it. I wanted to say it was bad. It was just really fun. It was actually just a really fun experience, and I liked that one a lot. I thought the music was great. I thought like the fighting and all the action was really good. It was a great swashbuckling adventure across the galaxy. It didn't really need to be a movie, but like Disney was kind of Disney needed a movie, and it was like nobody liked what was that The Acolyte? Yeah, the prequel show called The Acolyte. Yeah, that was bad, so they couldn't do that. They already made a show. Well, there was Andor, which Andor was incredible, but it's like, oh, let's make a movie for Andor. Well, you already did. It's called Rogue One, and so they were kind of out of things, so they had to go to Mandalorian and Grogu, and I liked it. I mean, it was the only thing that's annoying is like that's why it didn't have to be a movie, and it wasn't really like the big ending or setting anything up. It was just a fun time. It was a fun time at the movies. But I liked that. I actually really liked the Mandalorian and Grogu, and yeah, I actually thought it was pretty fun. It was much better than I thought it was going to be. And then the other one, oh my gosh, I saw Obsession. Have you guys seen Obsession? For the love of God. So Obsession, I like hadn't heard of it until a little bit before it came out, and then I knew it was doing really well. It was doing really well, and the guy who made it was like a influencer slash like TikTok guy, and I was like, I didn't care, I didn't care, I didn't care. But then it was like making a ton of money, making more money and more money, and I think it was like the first week it made X amount of dollars, and then in its second weekend it made more money than the first weekend, which I think only two movies have ever done that: Obsession and E.T. I think that's it. But I was like, man, everybody's talking about this movie. Like, I gotta check this out. I guess I gotta get on this train and see what's up. And I went and saw it, and it was, I mean, like it was almost a month into it being in theaters, and it was still really busy. Which outside of like huge blockbuster, Marvel movies or those kinds of movies. Like that's kind of unheard of, at least from my perspective. Man, it was scary as hell. Like I've watched a lot of movies and I've watched a lot of horror movies and I still get scared, like I'll admit it. But I was like, I'll be able to handle this, but holy crap, dude. I was not ready for how intense it was going to be. I was not ready for like it was violent, it was intense, there was a ton of dread. Like and I have a nuanced take of like it's good. Don't get me wrong, like it did its job well, but I was like I could never watch this again because it was so scary and so intense and just oh my god, after it was over, I felt sick. Like, oh my gosh, my like a couple of my friends told me that they saw it twice, and I was like, how the hell did you guys see that twice? I am like, look, it was good. Congratulations, they made it. They made the movie for like, two hot dogs and a coke, and it's made a ton of money, and I'm happy. Like that's great. I'm happy for them. But dude, it was just ugh for me. It was just too intense. So congratulations, but wow. So if you're going to see Obsession, beware. I was not ready for it. All right, well, I guess that wraps it up for this episode of Brock Talk. Thank you everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe. Once again, as always, let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about. I'd be happy to. I'll talk politics. I'm not super well versed in politics, but I'll give you my best perspective on things. I'll try to do some research if you want. I'll talk politics. Sorry. I'll talk TV shows. I'll talk movies, video games, whatever you want. Roman Empire. I don't know. Just give me a topic or something. So yeah, until next time, I will. I'll see you guys later and talk to you later. And yeah, thank you everybody. Have a good night, and I'll see you later. Peace.